love the county fair. Just smells like cows and sawdust and fried food.
Yep. Yeah, I can smell the hay. I can smell the popcorn. I can smell the cotton candy.
I see things. I see people dressed up in their American flag outfits and all kinds of different fittings. And it's really they're really expressing themselves they're expressing themselves in their love for their country.
Yes.
I don't think I'm Allison Tharp, by the way. This is Allison OK Frost, and you're watching Tharp World. In case you haven't seen it, this is a live web show, and we do all kinds of art on this show. We talk, you know, we hang out in different places, and today we're at the county fair. Tonight, actually, it's 8 o'clock, and it's getting dark, and it's a little cold out, but we've got a booth set up. And the great thing about it is that they let us set up a fortune-telling booth, and then we just brought in our art because why not? You know, we're artists. We like to do art in all kinds of different places and share it with you guys.
No, ma'am. This is not face painting. You can't get your face painted.
No, we don't do that here.
Sorry.
We don't do that here. Just okay. I'm sorry about that. So we do all kinds of art that's not face painting. It's better than that. It's way better. And in Allison's words, the fair is basically disappointment free. It's the happiest place on the planet. I love it here. I love it every year. I come every year to the county fair, and we just eat fried food. We walk around.
A deep fried tuna melt. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can. They have deep fried cheesecake, deep fried Twix, deep fried Oreos, deep fried butter. Just anything you can imagine. They're just going to put it in the fryer. It all comes out looking like a puffy corn dog, and it's just a little taste of heaven, you guys. And so here we are. And the great thing about this show is that sometimes we do free psychic readings when we're feeling generous. Both Allison and I are certified Berkeley psychics, semi-professional. We have paperwork, and we like to do tarot readings.
We do.
So if you're inspired at home, if you have any questions, concerns about work, love, give us a call. You get a 1-minute free psychic reading from the two of us. The number's on the screen. Or, you know, if you're passing by and you want a psychic reading, that's what the booth is for.
Just come on by the booth.
Come on by the booth. If you're at the fair, it's $5. If you're at home watching, it's free because we love our viewers. Don't tell the people at the fair I said that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, they don't need to know that.
You guys selling shaved ice here?
No.
That's next door, sir, as the sign would indicate.
Oh, okay.
God.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so we are just going to go ahead and both Allison and I are doing different kinds of techniques on wood panels about the county fair today. So Allison, tell us a little bit about what you're working on.
Okay, well, I have a really exciting parade scene happening here. What would a fair be without a parade?
It wouldn't be a fair.
It would not. So I'm from California. That means when I think America, I think palm trees.
Me too.
Yep. I see you've got some palm trees.
I'm from California too. California girls, palm trees.
Palm trees. So I've got some palm trees. I've got an army marching here, possibly.
Oh, that's not a parade. That's kind of a dark parade.
No. We've got the men with the rifles.
Oh, okay.
And then they're marching around, and here's a big red man. He looks sort of like an off-brand Kool-Aid man, I'm thinking.
Whoa.
And behind him is a cowboy, and behind the cowboy is the sun. So it just doesn't get any better than that. I'm hoping I can
oh my God.
I can make some real progress during this hour.
That's ambitious.
It is.
It's incredible. If you guys could see it close up, it's incredibly detailed. It's pencil on a wood panel with a watercolor ground on it. And check out the detail that Allison has put into this. It's crazy. And so she's going to start this today. Hopefully we'll make some progress and you can really see what it's going to turn into. This is exciting. There it is. Is that it? Oh my God.
I work from photographs, which some people who are familiar with my work know. I'm combining these two photographs.
Oh, cool. So they are, like, there's some guys with guns, and there's also an off-brand kind of Kool-Aid man. And a puffy sun. It's frightening and beautiful, like the fair itself.
Like the county fair, like America.
True, ever so true. Truer words.
And I just want to show our viewers one more thing, because this is part of my process.
You guys are going to like this part. It's one of my favorite parts of Allison's work.
I make little strips, test strips, for all of my paintings. These are actually test strips I made from an earlier painting of of a Soviet bunch of soldiers, but you know, khaki is khaki. What can I say?
Yes, true.
I'm going to reuse these samples.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, really thoughtful. And I love Allison's work for that reason. There's so much care put into each color. It's not random. There's thought put into it, and it's a very specific way of working, and it's really fun to watch her do it. So let me, I'll just explain to you a little bit about my piece that I'm going to work on now.
Please.
This was a photograph taken on my phone, and what I did was I took the photograph and I put a clear kind of mylar piece, like over my phone, piece of plastic, and I drew a grid on it so I could use it as a grid. I put a grid on this board, but this board's grid was distorted, so I put, it's like was probably 3 by 5 here, but I made all of the squares kind of in different, you know, kind of swirly and different configurations, so the image got very, very distorted and pulled in different ways. So you can see the Ferris wheel, you know, the grid went this way, so the Ferris wheel kind of got bent that way, and this is like a helicopter ride that's kind of squished that way. So this is
sort of a fun mirror effect.
Exactly. I hadn't even thought of that, but basically that's the effect. It looks like kind of one of those swirly mirrors when you do that technique, that grid technique. It's really simple. But the phone was so small that I kind of had to abstract. I couldn't actually see it very well. I was like, this is much too small, but so you got to give it, you know, I took some liberties, but that's okay because that's what art is about. And in this technique, in this piece, I'm going to do some gel transfers of blocks of color onto this so that I can draw right on top of it, and we'll get kind of a cool sort of blocky effect, a sort of randomness. I like this method of printmaking because you never know how it's going to turn out. So Allison and my techniques are very different, but we're both working with the county fair.
And we're both working on panels.
We're both working on panels. So we're just going to go at it. If you guys have any questions, you want to talk to us, you want to collaborate, have any ideas, give us a call. The number's on the screen. And if you want a free psychic reading, we're both very good, actually. We will help you with any problem. As long as it's not, I mean, you don't tell us what it is because that's not the point. Just hold it in your heart and mind, and we will just help you answer it. We will guide you because this is a fortune-telling booth. And so let's proceed. And an art booth, but they don't need to know that. So, yeah, let's just start. Let's just go for it. Let's see here. Drop something on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my pieces here with this color. And I'm using a gel. This is a self-leveling clear gel. It's my favorite kind to use for this purpose. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint the spots that I want to transfer.
So this is an acrylic medium?
This is an acrylic medium. It's a Golden brand self-leveling gel, and it does what it says. It doesn't dry bumpy, it kind of flattens out, and for some reason it's the best one to use with this technique that I found. So then I'm going to use a brayer to make sure that it gets really flat. And I'm just going to, and the best way to do it is let them hang out for about not 5 minutes, let's say about 2 minutes. You don't want it to dry on there because then you can't get the paper off, but you also want it to give enough time to transfer. And so there's a sweet spot. It's sometimes difficult, but I use my intuition, and I'm often wrong. But then I just do something else. So
that's a great attitude.
Yeah, I try to be positive about it. You can't really mess it up, you know, you just do something different. It just turns into something that maybe it was supposed to be, but you just didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't always know when we start making art what we want the art to end up as. And if you go in with a set idea, you're bound to be disappointed.
It's really true. Kind of like with life.
It is. It is.
Not with the county fair, though. You can have high expectations, and they're going to be met every time.
Every single time.
And often exceeded.
Yes, be flexible in all things except the county fair.
Just expect to have your mind blown every time and leave like so thrilled, and you just can't wait till the next year. When you're leaving the parking lot, you're like, God, why does the fair end? It's so fun.
It's so fun. And in Pleasanton, which is great.
Oh yeah, Pleasanton has a great fairgrounds. It's really hot there, so, but you can go indoors into another great aspect of the fair that's a very recent development in my adult life. They didn't have it when I was a kid. But they have these great like infomercial rooms where you just like walk into this big warehouse that they've converted into these square like cubicle things, and in each cubicle there's an infomercial going on, and they're trying to sell you stuff, but it's not just selling, it's like demonstrations. So there's like the chopper here, like the food chopper, and then like the dishes and the pots and pans, and then the Tempur-Pedic mattress, and everybody's just like trying to sell you something. It's like a cacophony of sales happening.
That's amazing.
But
so at some point, maybe your choice is going to be heat stroke or the chopper, and you're going to go with the chopper every time.
It's so hot that you will go into the infomercial area.
Yeah.
And chances are you will buy something, most likely, because they break you down.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's really nice and cool in there. They also have a room full of children's art, which they've judged incredibly harshly, giving them like different ribbons. But all the little kid art is cute and sweet, and some of it's really interesting.
Yeah.
But the ones that get the blue ribbons, I found year after year, are like the cute ones, the fluffy pink ones.
Oh,
I mean, it's rigged.
Okay.
It's rigged.
It's rigged. Yeah.
So don't look at the ribbons to decide what's good.
No,
no. The judges, they are really, they like what they like.
Yeah, and Allison and I are here to tell you that often what's fluffy and pink and people enjoy isn't the best art.
Not always. Depends on your aesthetic.
It does. It does.
But it doesn't have to be cute to be good art. So I'm adding some blocks of color to this Ferris wheel. I don't go on the rides at the fair. A lot of people do. I don't trust the rides at the fair. I look at the people that put the rides together and count their teeth. If they're missing more than 2, maybe 3, don't get on the ride. Because that guy did that. He put the thing together, and you can't trust that.
I once got stuck on the zipper for, I think, maybe 4 turns. I was about 7 years old. Haven't been on the zipper since.
That's terrifying. Yeah, that's one of the best lessons my mom taught me was
count the teeth.
Look at the teeth. I grew up in Stockton, so it was sound advice, and I've always lived by that.
Yeah, words to live by.
So, I don't go on the rides, but I like to watch. I like to watch people go on the rides, and I pray for them.
That's good. We could all use someone praying.
There's one hilarious ride they put the kids in, these giant hamster balls, and like put them in a pool of water and like watch them like roll around. It's surreal.
That's amazing.
The whole thing is just utterly bizarre. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
There is one ride I will go on, and that is the giant slide that you sit on a gunny sack for.
There's not a lot bad things that can happen with that.
There's not much that can go wrong.
No, not really, no. I can't imagine really anything going wrong except maybe like you jumping over the side of it.
Yeah. Pretty much anything going wrong would have to be self-induced. You'd have to be working on it.
And yes, and hopefully no one is in that space that, gets on the ride who's like that.
Yeah.
Because that's not safe. That would ruin the county fair for a lot of people.
It really would.
Basically a lifetime, so don't be that person.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get serious for a minute here with a PSA. Don't ruin the county fair for everyone with your suicidal thoughts and ideations.
And don't try to jump off the slide or any other of the rides because...
Just wait till you get home or you're going to ruin it for
because people like the fair and you're going to totally ruin it. So just don't be selfish. Go home and do that stuff.
Yeah, do what you need to do when you get home. Don't do it. Don't bring it to the fair. Don't bring it.
Don't bring anything to the fair that's negative. Just leave it in the parking lot. Leave it in the parking lot. You know what else is really great at the fair? There's a lot of classic rock. There's a lot of bands that haven't been around in a long, long time, re-emerging like out of the ground to bring you some great American classic rock. One of my favorite classic rock bands, the Rockets, playing tonight. So excited, like can't wait, and I don't have words. I'm just like super excited. I'm just like it's gonna be the best fair ever. So there's that too.
Yeah. I think I hear a little classic rock now.
You can't not hear it at the fair. People just, it's like coming out of the walls. It's coming out of the walls. There's so many pickup trucks and American flags. And a new trend that I saw recently at the fair this year was, and I think I'll share it with all my viewers because it's a big deal. When I see something in fashion that I just can't really unsee, I have to share it. It's part of my process.
Please.
The ladies of all ages They're wearing the shorts. They used to be short, now they're extra short. They only cover half the butt, and the rest of the butt hangs out the end of the short. And it's not bad, like they all do it. And so there's a term called butt cutters, which I just learned and will never forget. Great. Saw a lot of butt cutters at the fair. In American flag shorts and all different colored shorts. But mostly the ladies that wear those prefer a light denim.
Yeah.
A light wash. So that's my fashion news for the afternoon, you know, for the night. This is my water. I'm using the American flag water to rinse this. It's okay. So yeah, and I saw a lot of sequined. I saw a lot of beautiful sequined caps for them and visors. They were lovely. And this year, as we're standing here and just, there's the shaved ice and there's like the kids running around. When nighttime falls upon the fair, that's when it gets a little rowdy.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's when that beer starts kicking in.
The beer starts kicking in. They forget how expensive it is, and it just starts a-flowing. So when you're walking through crowds of people, you know, keep your elbows in, you get burned with a cigarette. Be careful. Be careful. Those things are hot.
Treacherous.
Yep. So you got to be mindful when it gets dark. And there's a lot of cowboy boots, and it hurts when they step on your feet.
Oh, yeah.
So the fair has a dark side. The fair has a little bit of a dark side. Those carnies, they can't be trusted. But ultimately, it's the happiest place in the world. So I am just having the best time putting these color blocks on this Ferris wheel. It's turning out really well. Not that I'm surprised, but I am a little. Because, I mean, under these conditions, it's not perfect. We're in a studio. So we're just working with the elements.
Yeah. We're flexible.
We are. We have to be. We'll go to any lengths. We'll do art anywhere for our viewers. So if you guys are watching and you're at home and maybe you're having dinner or maybe you already had dinner and you just feel like giving us a call, there's a number. Just rolling around on the screen, you'll see it. Get inspired. You know, you only live one time. And you don't want to go through the world, through your life, having not called Tharp World when you thought about it. It's a terrible way to live. It's just a terrible way to live. I don't even know if you can call that living.
It's like going on a journey without a compass. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No, God, no. I mean, it's like going somewhere without Google Maps.
It's like going somewhere with Apple Maps.
God, totally. Where you kind of know where you're going, but then you just end up somewhere like miles away from where you intended.
Yep.
Or you go in a circle.
You're
just going in circles. No. Okay. So next, I'm going to put these palm trees on this panel. And I'm really excited. This is working well. I think that a wood panel is it doesn't work so well on canvas, but the panel is like got enough smoothness that it really takes this medium well. Okay. I love the color for that tomato face man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a rose doré mixed with a little bit of alizarin crimson. A rose doré is a pure translucent pigment, while an alizarin crimson, while still translucent, has a staining property.
My God. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm just working here on this cowboy's face.
Oh yeah. He's like a balloon person. He's one of those massive like balloon floats that at the Macy's Day Parade often deflate and frighten kids, you know?
Yes, they're terrifying.
Man, though, I haven't seen the livestock tonight. Usually I like hit the livestock, you know, cows and pigs.
Oh, for sure.
Tent pretty quick when I get to the fair because I love animals and I love to see all them. They're so cute in the petting zoo. But I haven't seen it yet tonight. But I may head over there after this.
That sounds great. And
They're
it's
so
good
cute.
to see trends in livestock rearing, you know. I mean, you might think it's the biggest pig that wins every year. It's not. There are trends in pig rearing just like there are in shorts.
Yeah. So different fashions for the pigs and different ways to breed them. Different aesthetics each year.
Definitely. Who knows? Maybe pigs will be showing some underbutt this year.
I hope that they put shorts on the pig.
I hope so too.
Man, I can't even describe my amazement. 2015 so far has been one of the weirdest years of my life. In terms of stuff, just doesn't shock me anymore. I don't know how they're going to top it. Fashion and everything. I can't get those butt cutters out of my mind. That's something real special that the ladies of the fair have brought me tonight, and you know all the nights that I've been at the fair, which has been like every night for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a gift, really.
I applaud their courage and
Their
also
tenacity.
their tenacity. Yep. Okay, let's let that settle for a second. See how this
What a
one's doing.
wonderful technique this is.
And then you just, when it dries, you can draw on top of it.
That is incredible. And can you tell me what did you put on the tissue paper? What did you make the actual red marks and yellow marks and orange marks with?
These are paint markers,
Oh, great.
like that, and the yellow one. And I just did these blocks of color on the tissue paper and just put it face down. I love these paint markers because it's very opaque, but you can really use almost any medium on the tissue paper, and even graphite, and it will transfer. I haven't found anything that doesn't transfer. Some of the better ones, I use these kind of oil marker, these China markers.
Oh, those are
because
great.
these transfer in a really opaque way. But the gel will pick up almost any drawing medium, so it's really fun. And it's a simple printmaking technique that you can do at home without a press or anything like that. You just need the gel medium and a brayer or a spoon or something that's going to really create that pressure.
Yeah, maybe a roller like you would
Oh,
roll
yeah.
out cookies with.
That might work as long as you can get enough pressure on that. And you got to wait till it's not totally dry. Sometimes you can peel up the corner a little to see how it's doing. So that one's got a little bit more time. So I'll do this one.
I love how intuitive your process is. It's just wonderful to see.
Oh, thank you. Makes me a great psychic too.
It's true. Speaking of which, if you're out there and you're not quite sure what to do with your night, you're not quite sure what to do with your career, maybe you need some tips on your love life.
Man, 1 minute can change your entire life. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Sometimes you just need a little push, and it's quite amazing what a psychic reading can do.
It really is.
They're very positive, the ones we do, and very life-affirming, and very helpful. That's how we work. They're all really positive.
Yeah, we aren't going to tell you you have a curse and then offer to take it away for $50. That's not who we are.
That's not how we work. That's not the Board of Certified Berkeley Psychics. That's something else. Like, we
Yeah.
don't do that. Our paperwork does not include that service.
No.
So if you want to be frightened or like lured into some kind of organization that may or may not be a cult, you can't do that here.
Yeah, we're not the dark side of this fair.
No, we're not. We don't do face painting.
No.
And we don't recruit for cults, and we don't do dark readings. We only do positive readings and art. Not to disappoint anyone, but
It's almost impossible to get injured at our booth.
almost. I'm sure someone could figure out a way.
Just in case, maybe we shouldn't let children in.
No. What do they have? What do they need a psychic reading for?
Yeah.
They already know what's going to happen. They're just going to go drink some juice and play with their guys and...
Yeah, I can give you the psychic reading right now. If you're under the age of 10, you're going to have a churro, you're going to go on a ride, and you're going to barf. That's it. That's your day.
Then you're going to cry because you're too hot and you're uncomfortable because it's like 95 degrees out here or 100. And you're not going to win that big stuffed animal.
Nope.
Because no one wins it.
Nobody wins it.
And you're going to go home and cry. So you don't need a psychic reading. Like Allison said, you don't need one. But you will like the churro.
It's true. Better going down than it is coming up.
Totally. And if you're 12, you'll probably end up getting an old-timey photo taken with you and your family.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have these really great dress-up photos. You can take an old-timey, like, gold rush photo, and you can hold some cards, and, like, your dad can put on a cowboy hat. And that's fun for everybody.
It really is. Maybe we should get one of those later.
Oh, we will. Oh, we will.
Great.
It's not the county fair before, if you don't take an old-timey photo. Okay, so while that's dry, I'm going to get in there with a pen and draw some lines onto this Ferris wheel, because it's I think one of the better parts of this piece.
Yeah, that is a really breathtaking Ferris wheel.
I love that distorted grid. I haven't used that technique in a long time, but it's really fun. Sometimes we forget the most basic ones,
It's true. It's really true. Sometimes you just have to dig into that well of, just dig into your wheelhouse.
Yep. Man, there's some good and bad music at the fair. There was some pretty gnarly rap rock going on a little while ago. It was pretty harsh. It was hard to listen to. We got through it.
We persevered.
Oh man, they pick the bands, and I don't think they turn anyone away. So if you want to play at the fair, I think they're going to let you. So just because we don't like it doesn't mean that that everybody else doesn't like it. But
there's something for everyone here.
There
at the
really
county
is.
fair.
There really, really is. Man, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people playing the games. They're still here, and it's getting late. And I don't know. I think the fair might stay open till like 10. I'm not sure. But I think there's fireworks tonight.
Wonderful.
They have them every night at this fair. This is the best one.
The best fair, you mean?
Yeah. It's the Dublin Pleasanton Fair. I think that's pretty much, it's the Alameda County Fair. It's the best one I've been to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even better than the State Fair in Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's a whole state fair. That's not even a county fair.
It's pretty big. And they do have motorcycles. And I think they have monster trucks. But we don't need all that.
No. We're a simple county here in Alameda.
We don't need all that. So I'm just going through.
So I'm giving this cowboy float some blue jeans. In the photograph I have, I can't really tell what's going on below his waist because there's some sort of marching band in the way. But I think blue jeans are always an appropriate choice for a cowboy.
Yeah, I don't think they wear anything else. Do you?
I don't.
It's kind of like their uniform.
Yep. Yeah, and how do you think that a county fair compares to a rodeo? Speaking of cowboys.
Well, rodeos are a lot more violent. Emotionally and physically. And there's a lot more, it's so intense. And it's just, everybody has one thing on their mind, and that is just like the dirt and the horses and like this, it's crazy. It's pretty harsh. The rodeo is a harsh world, whereas the county fair is much more gentle. There's a lot of slow walking, shuffling about, and eating. There's probably some eating at the concession stand at the rodeo, but eating's not the main activity. And I'm pretty sure the county fair is it's based upon eating fried food and stuff that's going to really hurt the stomach of most everyone. The food is very expensive and very fried. And the rodeo, I think it's just all about the cowboys.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's just all about the cowboys. They're like rock stars in their scene.
They certainly are.
And the women are intense as well. And I don't know if the women ride the horses or not. I think it might be just the guys that do it. But I'm not totally sure. The people I'm drawing on here look like gummy bears.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, if no one calls for a psychic reading and no one's walking by, I'm just going to have to give Allison a psychic reading.
That sounds wonderful. I cannot think of anything I would like better than that.
So sometimes when things are slow, like, you know, if you work in a salon and it's slow, you're gonna get a haircut or you're gonna get a hair color from a coworker. So at a booth, you know, when things are slow, I let this paper dry on too long because I was distracted. We give each other psychic readings.
We do.
I can't wait to get a psychic reading. I haven't got a psychic reading from someone else in years.
You're kidding.
No. God, what was the last thing the psychics told me? Now I can't even remember the advice that I got. Oh yeah, I remember. One psychic told me that she had some pretty out there information. She said that I wasn't going to understand until much later. Mm-hmm. But she was like, I just want you to know that Jesus is the head of the space program, and that is going to be, and it's going to be as clear as mud right now, but later on you're going to totally get that. And that's what she told me. And that's
really helpful advice.
The space program, and I'm still waiting for it to sink in, and I'm still waiting for it to click. But that was probably the most gnarly advice I've gotten, and I haven't forgotten it. And I've gotten a few, but that was the most profound information. Mm-hmm. So we're a little bit more, we're less abstract here. But if the inspiration strikes, then I will lay down some cosmic knowledge. Oops. So, Allison, go ahead and think of a question. Think of a question. Okay. Hold it in your mind and heart. Don't tell me what it is. Okay. All right, here we go. Just warming up. You don't want to get, you got to keep warmed up so that if the passerby happens to, I think the people at the fair are distracted with the food, but that's okay. All right, here we go.
Let's see what we got.
Ooh, we have the tower. A major change. The crumbling of a structure that once was, it's crumbling. Something's crumbling in the life, but it's not bad, but it always feels like an earthquake. We had one yesterday, but this is an emotional earthquake. This is more of less than a physical tower, which is, it could be, but it's not in this case. I can tell.
Okay.
Oh, and then there's the moon card, which is the intuition. This is, you have to trust your inner feelings. It's nothing on the outside is going to make sense. So you have to really, really trust the inside. You may have a dream about the answer to your question, or you may find it on the ground on like a fortune, or you may find it through someone else's talking, but the answer is going to come in a way that isn't direct. It's going to be more on the unconscious level. And then I see a very sweet card. The Eight of Wands is a very nice card. It's a smooth card. It means that something difficult was recently overcome, and for the foreseeable future, for the near future, it's going to be pretty easy, like pretty smooth, not a lot of problems. So perhaps the tower might have, like an intense experience might have recently happened or is currently happening, but in the near future, there's going to be a very easy period where it'll be just mostly smooth.
That's wonderful.
Smooth sailing, as they say. So I hope that was helpful for you.
Yes, thank you so much. That's a huge help.
Oh, excellent. I love that. So there's that. So if you would like one of those, feel free to call.
Feel free to call.
We do them, they're a minute long, but they're ever so helpful.
All right. Well, I'd love to give you a reading now.
Yes, I thought you'd never ask.
Okay. Wonderful. Let me,
I'll move this stuff over just a little bit so
Okay.
you can bring it.
Okay.
Bring it over.
I read the tarot left-handed, so...
Oh,
so
it's going to be a different method.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Let me think of a question.
Okay, please.
Let's see. Okay, I have it.
You have it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, can you just put your hand on the top of the cards, please? Okay. All right.
I love Allison's methods.
So I'm going to shuffle the cards left-handed.
There's really no wrong way to shuffle.
No, there's not. We're getting that step.
There's really no wrong way to do it. Every person's interpretations and way of handling the cards, that's what makes the tarot so much fun. If you haven't experienced the tarot, you might want to go out and get yourself a deck because they are extremely useful and a lot of fun. And then you can make a little fast money on the side. You know, maybe out of the trunk of your car, you do little readings. You go to the office and you just do a couple readings for your coworkers. No one's going to know if it's not true. You could just make $5 if you need to do that.
You can do some good for someone while you make some money. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's always a coworker that's going to want a reading. You want to buy a cup of coffee? Just give someone a reading.
Yep.
That's what I do. Yes.
All right. See what we've got here? Okay, the 5 of Cups. The Hierophant. And the 3 of Swords. Well, this is an incredible spread. I'm sensing that you've recently gone through some sort of an awakening, like you were in a dream and you awoke, and maybe you weren't quite ready to wake up from that dream. Maybe you wanted to hold on just a little while longer. Maybe you found yourself almost chasing that dream. But a force more powerful than you, and possibly a slightly dark force, came to you and let you know that it was okay. It was okay to stop chasing that dream. That at the end of what feels like a dark cave, what our bedrooms when we awaken from a dream can feel like, has light at the end of the tunnel. It's always darkest before the dawn, definitely. And moving forward, we've got the 3 of the 3 of Swords, and this appears to be a very violent card, but what I'm seeing here is not so much the violence, but that you're working in tandem with someone else to defeat something that has been standing over you and maybe preventing you from reaching all that you need to reach.
I love it.
Does that make some sense?
Yes, it does.
Good.
It's very helpful. Thank you.
I'm so glad.
Really helpful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And if you want a reading as helpful as that, feel free to call us. Feel free to walk on over.
Yes, this booth is open for anyone. Anybody here. Just walk on through. Under 12, no tarot cards, but we can give you we can kind of guess what the rest of your day is going to be like. So it's okay. It'll still cost you money, like $5. Your parents will pay for it. We almost guarantee you're going to eat a churro, throw up somewhere.
Yeah. Those are in your future.
Why is that? Why do kids always puke at the fair?
I think it's a combination of greasy food and being upside down.
Totally. Yes. I hear a kitten.
I hear a kitten as well. Is there a cat booth nearby?
Yes, there is, unfortunately. The people with the cat booth got their way, and they got their booth. even though the cat booth smells like cat litter all the time.
It does.
And it has fleas. That's okay.
The last thing you want to come home with from the county fair is fleas.
It's not good.
It's not good.
But cats are great. Did I tell you I just got a harness for my cat?
No,
I'm
you
walking him
didn't.
now. I'm walking him.
That's great.
He's not so happy about it, but he will be later.
He will be.
He's going to love it one day.
Yeah.
He doesn't love it right now. He just kind of lays down and kind of forgets that he can walk.
Yes.
It's sort of pathetic, but I know he's going to get used to it.
Oh, definitely.
God, these people are looking kind of funny on this Ferris wheel.
They just look very flexible to me.
They do. Their legs and arms are just like so, like spaghetti. This one's dressed up like a Pac-Man ghost. Oh, I think the band started. I can hear the band. Can you hear them?
I can hear the band, and they sound fantastic.
Oh my God, it's like such a sweet, sweet sound. There's nothing like the sound of like, well, there's nothing like the feeling of like a kind of bad sound system bouncing off the bleachers, where most of the crowd is drunk and talking through the band.
Oh,
so
yes.
there's like there's the roar of like chatter, the band that no one's listening to, and the bad sound system all in one. And then just the smell of every possible kind of fried food mixed with cow manure and hay. Mm-hmm. They should make it a cologne and or an incense. You can just burn it, like essence of the fair, just burn it.
Love it. Love it.
Man, there's nothing better. Well, this may have to be... I'm going to really try to hustle.
Yeah,
I'm going to just like pick up the speed with this thing because I want to finish at least half of it so you guys can see like what this is going to look like. So we're going to work in like lightning speed. We're just going to like get through a chunk of this.
I think that sounds like a great idea. In fact, I've been a little shy. I'm moving straight into my army men.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is the exciting portion of the show. Now watch closely, everyone. The real art making is about to commence. There's nothing like watching an artist work fast. It's totally mesmerizing. I just cannot look away when someone's making art in front of me. Even if it's someone just like drawing in a cafe, I have to see what they're doing.
Oh my goodness.
I have to see. Or on the BART, which I don't know how they do and not get car sick.
Good point, good point.
But they have a talent for it. But when you're watching someone create, it's really, really hard to look away. Sometimes it's like a car accident, but a happy one.
Yes, it's a happy car accident.
Alright. So getting these palm trees in here.
So this is fantastic. I'm working right into the, I decided to just start with the center soldier. Sometimes I like to start on one edge, kind of work it across, but we're at the county fair. I'm mixing things up.
Yep. No need to do things conventionally here.
No, there sure is not. So I'm using a Viridian mixed with an Indian red for my sort of primary khaki tone here. If you want a brown, a green down, add some red. They're complements. Complements make brown.
In hairdresser terms, a neutral.
A neutral.
If your highlights are brassy, you want to make them more neutral. Because no one wants brassy highlights except for everybody at the fair.
Everybody here.
So never mind. Keep them brassy. Keep the reds really popping. Keep the reds in your blonde really nice and warm. Real warm. Keep it frizzy.
Yep, keep it permed.
Keep it permed, keep it frizzy.
You know, I'm going to be so happy if I can just get one of these army men done. I feel like it'll really give our viewers an idea of how this painting is going to turn out, because I don't think I'm finishing it at this fair.
It's the journey.
It is the journey, you're right. It's not the cotton candy, it's the walk to the cotton candy booth.
Mm-hmm. And the waiting in line. And then watching people eat the food they just bought is always fun.
Oh, yeah.
The family gathers around and they each taste it and they kind of make a face and they finish it even though they didn't want to. And everyone's like, oh, God, I don't like that. But it's still, you know, everyone has to taste it.
Yeah.
What does fried Nutella taste like?
What does fried Nutella taste like?
Okay, they had a fried, I saw it. It was a fried Reese's peanut butter cup wrapped in bacon. And it was about this big. And I think most of it was like the fried coating. It looked kind of like a squished Nerf ball or something. Like it would, you know, you could hit it with a racket and play games with it.
Wow.
Or eat it. Bacon. With the peanut butter. I don't know. Maybe it would taste kind of like a breakfast. Like there's peanut butter, there's bacon, there's chocolate.
Well, Elvis Presley famously enjoyed peanut butter and bacon together, right?
That's right, he did.
So, and I think Elvis Presley would enjoy much of the food at this fair.
I'm sure he would. Bless him. It's not for the fancy folks, you know? It's for people that just like things that are just relaxing and not fancy, just real. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want fancy, you're going to be really disappointed at the fair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're looking for farm to table, not going to happen here.
If you're looking for, like, artisan anything, organic, you know, humanely raised, except for the pigs and cows that are on display, which are show animals, the beef is not probably from those cows, so
yeah,
don't get your hopes up. There's no coffee. I checked, except for one place, and it was there. It was like sitting all day, because people at the fair don't need coffee.
Why don't people at the fair need coffee?
I don't know. I needed some, but there wasn't really. There's only like one small cup, and it was okay. It was fine. But it wasn't, you know, it wasn't fancy coffee or anything.
No.
No, they don't have that at the fair. They do have it at the Marin County Fair.
Oh, yeah. I think Blue Bottle has a booth at the Marin County Fair.
That's a kind of a different scene.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't film it there, because they would absolutely not let us do this.
No.
We would have been asked to leave forcefully and, you know, probably not very, you know, not in a very nice way. They wouldn't let us have our psychic booth there.
Yeah. No, you know, they aren't always nice in Marin.
No, not always. So this fair is kind of a nice in-between fair. The San Joaquin County Fair, a little rough.
I can see that.
A little rough. Sometimes, you know, it's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
So this is a nice, soft, sweet fair. And there's some art fans. I can tell, but most of everybody's in the air-conditioned area looking at the other art from the other local people. If we would have been able to get the air-conditioned venue, man, this place would be like covered in others, just covered in viewers and just
it's true
climbing on the table and just pulling at our attention.
Yeah.
But because it's hot out here and everyone's in the infomercial room, it's a little quiet in the booth.
Yeah.
But you guys can, like, I'm really glad you guys are here to watch this process unfold and to enjoy our art making.
All right. So I'm finding that in this particular army, it seems like they might wash their pants more frequently than their coats, because I'm seeing a little bit of a lighter tone.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna move away from my Viridian and Indian red to a Viridian and raw umber for the pants, and let's just try that out and see how it goes.
It's a perfect match.
It's a
In case you
perfect
can't
match.
see it, it's perfect. She got it just right.
In addition to having psychic abilities, I'm also an excellent color matcher.
That is true. I've seen it. You know what I have in my back pocket? My phone. You know what you can do? Call it. There's a few minutes left. There's about 10 minutes left on Tharp World tonight.
Oh my goodness.
And it's not too late to get that reading. I can hear you thinking about calling. And I can see your faces light up when I say that because I'm psychic. So call. Enjoy a reading. I'm going to leave the phone there. No pressure. No pressure. Just enjoy, sitting in front of your computer and watching your life pass you by without doing something you really wanted to do. No pressure.
I know what you're thinking because I'm psychic. You're thinking, maybe I'll call next week. But you know what? Next week never comes.
Actually, there'll be no Tharp World next week because now we're doing it every 2 weeks. So you have to wait 2 weeks to call.
Oh.
And it may never, it's true there may be an apocalypse and then, it actually might not come.
It's true. Well, we may be doing the next Tharp World from a bunker to an audience of no one.
Or from heaven.
Or from hell.
If we should be so lucky. Or from hell, which will be more likely.
That's pretty dark.
At least you'll all be here. You'll all be there with me. So.
Yes. We will see you there.
So the point of that was just call. Oh man, it does take a while. This was really ambitious. We came up with the most ambitious projects to do at the fair in an hour.
Did.
Oh my goodness, we just did. We just were like, let's just get so crazy and make this way harder than anything. We could have just done little drawings, but no, we had to go for it. We really had to go for it.
And that's just who we are.
Yep. We just jump right in. But at least we got a good chunk of it in there so you could see.
You can get the idea.
You can really get the idea of the process. And we highly recommend that you try these techniques at home.
Oh, please.
Because we do the show to kind of inspire, we inspire each other, and then we like to inspire our viewers too to try different techniques with your art. And this is stuff that you could easily do at home. We also do classes at the compound, so you can check out, there's a pamphlet outside our studio. You can come by. We're on 65th Street in Oakland and check out the classes that we have or go on the website.
That's a great idea.
Because it's a great place to learn. I mean, it's so fun to learn new art techniques.
It really is.
I know that if I get stuck, I'll use just the same techniques over and over, the ones I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so easy to get stuck in a rut.
Yeah, it is.
Even for us.
But then you learn something new and it just opens up a whole new world. And you're like, where was this technique my whole career?
How did it take me so long to get there?
But the point is that you got there. Because as long as you're breathing, you got a chance. Let's just fill in some of these guys here. Yesterday I went in with this green color and filled in all the negative space of the grid that I had drawn on this thing. And the grid technique, especially the distorted grid technique, you can use with photographs. And it's really fun to draw a distorted photograph of a person you know and love and then give it to them.
Oh, yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
Their face is all warped. It's so nice. They're like, wow, this is really special. Thank you. So you can do a birthday card for somebody or
that's a great
idea.
idea.
A nice anniversary card for your spouse or your partner.
Oh, yeah.
And just do a distorted grid of their face. It's really easy. Actually, it's a real basic technique, and it's kind of hard to mess up a grid because you just work with a little square one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't tackle that whole problem, why not try tackling one little square?
One little square at a time. And it's a little strange little abstract thing in the square, and then go to the next one.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about drawing a nose, for instance. You can just draw some lines in a square.
It's really great. A technique I still like to use. We're working with this guy. I think I'll glue these. Well, maybe. Wow, I don't even know where to go with this. Their time is so limited. I don't even know what to do. I'm just going to get in. Let's just. How many? 3?
Oh my
3
goodness.
minutes left.
Oh my god, the fair is almost
closing?
over.
Oh my god, it's closing. It's closing.
It's
This is the saddest thing. This is the last night of the fair.
It'll be back next year, Allison.
It's just going to be different though next year. It's not going to be this year. We just have to hurry and get through, and I may cry in the parking lot like I do every year.
It's okay. A lot of people cry in the parking lot. It's one.
A couple cups of shaved ice before you close.
We aren't selling shaved ice. No shaved ice here.
That's
We're
next door,
making
sir.
art. We're making art and offering spiritual advice.
This is a spiritual booth. We don't have any food or anything here.
Oh God.
The tarot cards are not fried, no. It's spiritual advice. It's unless the kids are here, and then it's just you're gonna puke at the fair or you're gonna cry in the car.
Yeah.
No, it's spiritual advice. No shaved ice. We're kind of behind the shaved ice thing. It's like confusing people. I think next time we should move our booth further away from the shaved ice.
I agree.
They keep
completely.
asking for shaved ice, and then some weird people are asking for like face painting, which isn't even a sign anywhere, which is funny.
I don't know
They're
why
just
they
making
would
that up.
assume we would do face painting, because we won't.
No. Absolutely.
Oh
not.
my goodness.
Oh, they're clearing us out. They're clearing us out. The band stopped playing, and people are leaving. The parking lot is going to be a nightmare.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I feel like we should wait to clean up until like all the cars clear out.
Yeah, I think so. There are going to be people getting lucky to songs by Poison in the parking lot. I can just I'm having a sense.
Now I'm picturing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm picturing that, and I'm picturing like Skinner and
it's not all fun and games being psychic, people.
So true. So true. And I'm already like seeing the parking lot and the madness. I think it's best to just kind of wait. We're just going to wait until that kind of clears out. It could be like an hour, because the cars are going to move, the pickup trucks, they're going to move slow. It's like a tailgate party after the fair.
It is.
It's the party after the party after the party.
After the party ends, there's a party in the fair parking lot. I think that's the saying. I think I saw it on a bumper sticker.
It's just a fact. It's a fact of fair life. And don't even like get me started on the carnies and their party around the back of the fair.
Oh wow.
Because those people get down and they are crazy. And they start, the fireworks, if there's going to be any leftover fireworks, it's going to be the carnies.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And you can almost guarantee the fire department's going to show up.
Consider yourself lucky that you aren't privy to after fair carny excitement.
It's only fun for the carnies. It's not fun for the town, the county, or the taxpayers.
Mm-hmm. or some Berkeley certified psychics.
Yeah, we're very sensitive. Very sensitive people. So we got a couple minutes left, and I'm just gonna try to put a little detail on here, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, I can already hear the music. I can already hear the slow music just playing in the parking lot.
They're inviting people to carry on with their lives.
Yeah. It's getting kind of romantic in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's some of the best of America.
It really is.
It is a special place. It is a special place. Well,
all right. Well, I didn't even finish one Army Man, but I'm gonna hold it up.
I love what is finished, because it looks really strange, even if that was the finished product. It looks pretty rad.
Yeah.
Can you guys see that? Beautiful. And so I'm going to hold up the one I've done.
Wow, that looks amazing.
So it's not done, but you're going to get a sense of
Wow.
kind of where it's going. We did get one of the best parts. The Ferris wheel was my favorite. And then we got some palm trees, a game. You know, I got the palm trees in there this time around. You can get a sense of, you know, the fun that's going on in this picture. So there's some gummy bears riding this Ferris wheel. I don't know what that was about. But the picture was really small that I took, so. There we go, and we've thoroughly enjoyed ourselves at the fair. We've given ourselves psychic readings, which were very helpful.
Yeah. A first here on Tharp World, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a first, yeah. So I'm just going to wave the flag to the song that I'm like hearing and just hear the joy and feel it. This has been the County Fair episode, the long-awaited episode. And thank you so much for watching, all of my viewers. And like Allison OK Frost and I are so happy that you watched. And I hope that you will join us in 2 weeks for another exciting episode. And God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless. Oh, God, this song is good. It's just... It's sad that the fair is ending because I'm going to have to wait till next year, and all I think about is the fair a lot of times.
Yeah, I know.
And so... Well, I guess I better clean up.
Yeah.